Where Fear the Spotlight was a retro nostalgic high school trip, Grave Seasons is a cozy farming sim that nails all of the vibrant colors and mechanics that you'd expect. Then the sun goes down. Blumhouse Games has to be one of the most exciting publishers in the indie horror space right now. Half of this is due to the studio's deep rooted support for indie projects shown in the film industry for almost 2 decades, and the other half is because the publisher hasn't allowed itself to be confined by one subgenre. A cozy farming sim with a twist, Grave Seasons and its developer Perfect Garbage show its players that you can get really gory in 16-bit art. In the game, you play as a character who has just escaped from jail. Hoping for a fresh start in an idyllic new town, you start maintaining a farmhouse and meeting totally hot and not strange at all visitors as they stop by. But where's the Blumhouse in that? I took my time during the 30-minute demo at Summer Game Fest Playdays, and I tended to my crops, I collected resources, I cooked some food, I explored, I chatted, and then I went into the woods. Once I entered, the darkness took over, and then all of a sudden, the cute girl I talked to earlier in the day was dead. I mean, like splattered across the forest, and I had to find little pieces of her skin to put the scene together. That's when it all clicked. While you do play as a character just trying to live a new life in a quaint but slightly eerie town of Ashenridge, Grave Season also thrusts you into being surrounded by murder. The game itself boasts all of the elements you would expect from a farming sim, and it does it extremely well. Learning how to get resources is intuitive. If you've ever played a game in this genre before, hell, you will do your best to cultivate relationships with all the people you meet. It's easy to tell how much sim players will fall in love with this core section of the game. Grave Seasons, however, hasn't forgotten one aspect to serve another. Instead, it's devoted to pulling a terrifying twist into focus too, and it all makes sense. Given that the game very clearly marked itself as a narrative-led game, as you choose dialogue options, you can expect to see more as you unpack the horrifying mystery. You just want a peaceful farming life, but instead the murders have destroyed any hope of that peaceful existence. Might as well solve them. While the title itself didn't flex into solid horror outside of the ending of the Playdays demo, the promise there is strong. Perfect Garbage's tonal distinction and color palettes they choose already set up for visual play that leans into the different aesthetics depending on what the game is going for. However, as you explored the farmhouse, there were hints that something wasn't right. Grave Seasons uses setting and dialogue to point its audience towards expecting something to go wrong. The creepy basement and the eerie commentary from your first gorgeous visitor help set the stage. However, the horrific surprise carries weight and it pays off. Grave Seasons is shaping up to have a strong core gameplay loop that we will all recognize. With a supernatural serial killer stalking the residents of Ashenridge, the added layer is one I can't wait to explore. My only complaint is that this is a game I can't wait to lose hours of my life into, but I have to wait. Social sim and true crime girlies, non-gendered obviously, unite. There are hot characters, farming, and murders to solve here. Grave Seasons is set to release sometime in 2026.